What's up, everyone? D.dot here, and today I'm bringing you a 12-win challenge deck for the Mega Knight Challenge, and it's for those of you that still need a deck or some tips helping you going against the meta within the Mega Knight Challenge. I have a deck for you. It is a anti-meta deck, and it features using bait, zap bait, and a little bit of log bait as well. So we'll go into some of the replays here and I'll show you. So as you guys know, you guys see within this challenge, you see a lot of P.E.K.K.A, you see Bandit, you see Elixir Pump, E-Wizard, Bats, and for the spells, they normally run Zap over Log. So because of that fact, you're able to take advantage of that. Eye Dragon is a little difficult to deal with there, but that's why you run the Ice Spirit. So, just a brief breakdown of this deck. You're going to, every time when you make a play, you have to cycle. So, as in the first hand, you would have to cycle one of your cards, whether it's Bats or Skarmy, and then play your God Barrel, because this deck is not very good at cycling. And for the Mega Knight, you never want to play the Mega Knight unless you have Inferno Tower in your hand or rotation, because you don't want to set up your Mega Knight in the back and they rush you with the Mega Knight in the opposite lane. So if you play a Mega Knight in the back, make sure you have your Mega Knight ready, or your Inferno Tower ready for their opposing Mega Knight if they choose to rush you at the end of the bridge. I run arrows because going against minion hordes, sometimes Bats if you need to, and other players that are using God Barrel. So for one extra elixir, you have that utility there to deal with all of those extra situations. Rocket is there to finish off towers, to deny elixir pumps. That's pretty much it. You have that big heavy spell that most players aren't, I guess, expecting within this challenge, since I think it's lightning and maybe poison. So I figured why everyone's using Zap is because of Bats. So that's why you can take advantage of that. Or at least that's what I did in this challenge. And with the Inferno Tower does wonders against all the P.E.K.K.As and Mega Knights. And you guys will see within these replays how they combo off each other, baiting their spells and able to stop multiple pushes or split pushes. So this deck here, we're going against a P.E.K.K.A. It's more like a P.E.K.K.A Bandit control deck that runs Miner. So for our opening starting hand, I didn't really know what to play here, so I just dropped the Ice Spirit with Mega Knight down. So right here, you want to wait and see what they do. This deck, you never want to overextend, because you will, 9 times out of 10, you will lose a tower. So I just let the Mega Knight go, see what he responds with, and then I play the Bats down to see if he would zap, but he didn't, so I play the Inferno Tower there, so he'll zap to reset it. So that frees me to play Skarmy right there. So this is the key to defending, is to play like how you're playing bait, but defensively. And there'll be other instances where say like the P.E.K.K.A was coming down and he had E-Wizard in hand, he would have dropped it at the bridge. And what you would do to defend that is using the Inferno Tower placement exactly how it is. Play your bats right there in the corner where they just passed. That way the E-Wizard's attack will not reset the Inferno Tower. So that's just how you need to block them able to resetting your tower. So right here, we're not scared of this here. Like, there is a counter push coming. So this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Never overextend on the Mega Knight so you have enough elixir to play. So now he zaps. Even in that instance there where he zapped the Skarmy, the Inferno Tower was still there. And it took out both sides, the Bandit and the P.E.K.K.A. So one important thing too is if I would have waited right there, I would have placed the Mega Knight at the bridge. So right here, I was a little too slow. However, the Mega Knight was there, and it pulled back, so it took care of the rest of the troops there. Even though that he zapped to reset the Inferno. So he played 7 there, and I played 7 at the bridge as well. Inferno just shreds the Mega Knight, so you guys can see right there. So now we're down to rocket range, and we take it out. Now here's another P.E.K.K.A deck. Now it's running Battle Ram. And I think the difference is with minions and bats. Same thing, don't be fooled or afraid of going against these P.E.K.K.A decks with the Mega Knight. You're using bait to outplay these players. So one of the things too is whenever you play Mega Knight in the back like that, like I said, remember, have the Inferno Tower in rotation or you're in your hand. But you're trying to see what they do to response to the Mega Knight you play. So what he did right there is he had P.E.K.K.A, so now we know that we don't want to play P.E.K.K.A, or we don't want to play Mega Knight into their P.E.K.K.A. So right there is the same thing. He had the choice to choose either reset the Inferno or zap the Skarmy. And as you guys can see, he chose the wrong one of the two. So we're able to stop both of those pushes. And that tile placement right there is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Whenever they support a troop to go against the Inferno Tower that you place down. So right here we're going to reset. And right there, whenever they play their P.E.K.K.A down or they play their Mega Knight down in the back, immediately rush the other lane and see what they do. Do not support the Mega Knight the first 2 minutes of the match. Unless you need to, but don't do it. Otherwise you won't have enough elixir to defend the P.E.K.K.A or the Mega Knight in the opposite lane. So just remember that. So he zaps right there. I didn't have enough elixir to play Skarmy, but we mitigate some of the damage there. But also, too, you're keeping track of their spells. You're keeping track of what they do to counter the Mega Knight, or your Mega Knight. So right there. Not too worried about all that. I'm going to drop his P.E.K.K.A down. So while the tower is distracted, we'll get some more damage in with the Goblin Barrel. Get ready to defend. The Inferno Tower there. Place bats to counter the E-Wizard. He's going to zap and then drop Skarmy down. So now you can defend this entire push right here. I had to use that barrel just to counter the bandit. But we're not too worried about that. He's at 634. He dropped the Mega Knight there, so now we're going to pressure the other side with our own Mega Knight. Now this is where he messed up. He went super aggro. This was such a greedy play here. It was so greedy to the fact that the Mega Knight soloed the tower in the opposite lane. So here's another replay of the P.E.K.K.A, but this one runs Fireball. I'm just giving you guys probably the most common scenario you'll see. So just to show how you guys can go against these P.E.K.K.A decks within this challenge. So as I said before, this deck is not very good at cycling, so you want to cycle first before you play your God Barrel. That way you get 2 cards out of your hand. So you go super aggro with the P.E.K.K.A at the bridge. He zaps, and now we'll drop the bats down. And we'll take out that P.E.K.K.A before it reaches the tower. So that's where the bait comes into play, like I mentioned earlier. I thought it was a little funny that we countered him, or we outplayed him so much that he had to use his Fireball to counter the Goblin Barrel. So that's how you know that this cycle's working. So we're going to reset. Plays Bandit. Bandit and P.E.K.K.A. Another greedy play. That's 6 elixir. Now that placement right there is so that he has to choose reset the Inferno or zap the Skarmy. You want to, like I'm trying to stress to you guys, you need to play around, or at least you need to play around that, or force your opponent to play around you, so that way they have to, you put them in those predicaments to where they don't want to be in. So that's essentially what bait is. So we're going to reset again. He drops Night Witch down, so I just rock it here. I didn't really have much of a better play that I wanted to do. It's a -2 trade, but we're getting that tower down. But like I said, most of the stuff in this meta here, you don't have to be afraid of it. That's the key reason as to why Ice Spirit's in this deck, is so that if they zap when your Mega Knight's coming down, or when the opponent's Mega Knight's on your side going against the Inferno Tower, if they zap, the Mega Knight will make it to your tower. But if they zap and you use Ice Spirit to freeze it for that 1.5 seconds, it'll take out the Mega Knight. So just keep that in mind. I'm trying to win this battle right here, so that way the tower will start targeting the Mega Knight, and we can get some more damage in. Because we're at 830, so we're only 2 rocket cycles away. So that's what I opt to do here. Then he drops P.E.K.K.A and Bandit at the bridge. Same thing, it's not going to be a threat to us. Right there, he chose to reset the Inferno, so our Skarmy's safe. So that means that's a successful defense, and now we just rock it again for the win. So it's just playing around their spells, playing around the P.E.K.K.A, playing around. This one we're going against a pump variant. Now this is the reason why you run Rocket here. But I screwed up and I played the Rocket at the bridge. However, even if they have pump out of rotation, or they play pump down and your Rocket's out of rotation, don't panic. All that means is that for the next, 90 seconds or something, that they're going to be generating elixir 1 or 0.8 seconds faster for you. But as long as it's not in double elixir, you'll be okay. So whenever they have the pump down and you can't take it out on the first time, just make sure you defend, don't overextend, focus on defending there until that pump expires. By that time, what's going to happen here is your opponent will, you guys will come to a full cycle, then he'll play a second pump down. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll feel comfortable and they'll play the pump behind the tower, except this guy did it first. And then you'll rocket the tower and you'll get free damage off. Or you'll rocket the pump and get free damage off. So don't be afraid if you go against a pump player and you don't have rocket in hand for the first time. Eventually you'll get into the cycle where you'll have it in hand. So he plays the Mega Knight up top. So we pressure him on the other side. So that's 7 for 7 right there, right? We didn't support the Mega Knight, so we had enough elixir to deal with the oncoming Mega Knight. And right there is the perfect example of taking out that Mega Knight so before it hits your tower. He zapped to reset the Inferno, so that played the Skarmy for us to take out the P.E.K.K.A. That's how you're defending against these decks in this challenge. So I'm going to reset again. He waited to see what I would do. He dropped Pump Down, but that's investing 6 elixir into the last minute of the game, so I didn't worry too much about that. I'm going to make sure that I punish him for playing that pump right now. So he zaps. I played the barrel right there since he's trying to pull the goblins backwards, so if you clump all the goblins in one area, they'll be able to stab the tower as they're being pulled back. So right there, since he already zapped earlier, I took the P.E.K.K.A. out. But as you guys can see, even though he has a pump down, we're not afraid of these pushes here. He zapped right there. Then we're defending right there. I got him with a little trick barrel. That's why. So this one right here is the 12th win that I got in the challenge. So we're going against another P.E.K.K.A. deck, P.E.K.K.A. pump deck. And like I said at the beginning, always cycle before you play your barrel. So you drop E-Wizard down, so I go in the opposite lane. He zaps right there, so I know he has zap. We don't know for sure if he has log, but we'll rocket here, take out his pump, and counter his Skarmy. And the fact that he dropped his bats down means that we're now even. However, we're up on damage. We'll reset here again. I'll drop Ice Spirit down so I can cycle it out of my hand. And right here, when he drops P.E.K.K.A., we immediately drop Mega Knight in the opposite lane. Just a little micro misplay here is that I should have played the barrel like 2 seconds earlier. We would have gotten a little more damage in. But not the end of the world there. And since we didn't overextend on that push, we have enough to defend this P.E.K.K.A. Drops Bandit down. And since he zapped the Inferno Tower, Skarmy is safely able to be on the board. So we stop that entire push. And we'll reset again. As you guys can see, even though our elixir is the same, it's because, like I say, just get the most value out of your cards within this deck. Cycle again. Drops pump. Rocket his pump. And we'll see if he learned the second time not to play his P.E.K.K.A. in the back, in which he did. So this time, since we're in double elixir, we can support the Mega Knight a little bit more. So drop bats down. We drop the Goblin Barrel since he showed that he had zap. And now we can defend with the Inferno Tower. And we stopped that entire push right there. I throw out the good game right here. I'm feeling pretty confident that I can stop whatever he has left in the next 20 seconds. Just focusing purely on defense right here. So we drop Mega Knight, get ready to drop the Inferno Tower. Gonna arrow those minions there. Wait for him to zap. So we drop Skarmy down. Now it's good game. For our 12th win challenge. So I did have the recording of me opening the chest. However, I didn't. The recording didn't save or something, but it's not too big of a deal. But hopefully these tips will help you out. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.